I created a custom Fortnite island where the warriors of two kingdoms battle for power, riding on the backs of giant dragons across the sky. The entire experience is driven by interactive custom composed music that reacts to the gameplay and tells the story as it's happening. In this video I'd like to talk about the optional intro cinematic that can play at the start of the island. It's there to give the players context and a bit of backstory on the world and set a mood with the music and the visuals. Since the entire island is a concept interactive musical, the intro cinematic starts you on that musical journey. A singing narrator starts to tell the story with the visuals supporting it. Let me show you how this looks and sounds like.
The kingdoms are at war, and so far there's no end in sight. Settling an ancient score. This is where fire and ice collide. Deep inside their core, the kings hold elements of power. As dragons they will soar, transforming in the darkest hour. Warriors on their backs fight with fearless confidence, collecting all the shards to claim the heart of elements. You can hear them sing, on dragon's wings we soar up high. We dominate and rule the sky. You can hear our battle cry. No matter what comes, we will never die. Warriors, get ready to strike. Warriors, get ready to fight. Give it all that you got, we're coming ready or not. Come on, take your shot, we're coming ready or not. Take the shards to the heart of elements. Make it count so the battle finally ends. Take the shards to the heart of elements. Make it count so the battle finally ends.
Alright, let's talk a bit about the features of the intro cinematic and how I built them. The cinematic is a sequence built from multiple sub-sequences. This keeps everything modular and allowed me to work on one thing at a time. It's inspired by anime intros with the action line backgrounds and the dynamic camera motion and poses. The backgrounds are simple planes with emissive materials, so they don't get affected by lighting, that are attached to the cameras. The materials use various functions to animate textures or fake depth. Since we cannot use spawnable objects in UEFN, what's up with that, Epic? I've created two data layers, one for the main game assets and one for the intro assets only. They get loaded and unloaded through the sequencer. One main feature I'm glad I included is my custom subtitles that help with the storytelling and accessibility. It's a moving fantasy-style banner mesh with handwritten text that gets animated on with the lyrics. Since we can't use custom fonts in Fortnite, I just made a texture with every line of the intro on it and a material where I can select which line to show. It's animated inside of the sequencer using the material parameters. The banner is always attached to the camera to stay in the lower thirds area of the image. In retrospect, I probably could have also built it completely in 2D using a post-process material and be independent from lighting changes and could always have the exact same position. But it is what it is now and I like it. After the chorus of the song,
on dragon's wings we soar up high,
has played, the cinematic part of the intro is over and the camera transitions smoothly from the cinematic camera view to the game view. This is done by simply making the camera cut track being able to blend and then adding a blend curve to the end of the last camera cut section. It's a neat trick that makes it feel seamless and connected, just as the music that flows from one part into another thanks to my custom interactive musical storytelling system. After the intro, the quest of the game gets reinforced with the part
take the shards to the heart of elements.
This is supported through a UI element that comes on and writes out the task with images of the shards and the heart of elements so that the players get reminded how they look like. These move along to the beat of the music, making them feel alive. By the way, each team gets shown its own UI message. The Fire Kingdom is supposed to collect the Ice Kingdom's element shards, which are blue, and the Ice Kingdom should collect the Fire Kingdom's element shards, which are red. Separating this prevents miscommunication and confusion. I have written, composed and produced I think 2 or 3 completely different versions of the intro music before settling on this one. It always felt too long, cumbersome or not enough. I'm very happy with the intro music as I feel like it does its job very well, giving context and background story while introducing the musical and visual language of this world. Still, some people might not be fond of it, or they don't want to hear it every time they want to jump into the Dragonbattle. So I also built a voting system at the beginning of every game that allows players to choose whether they want to watch the intro or jump right into the action. Depending on which option gets more votes, the intro either gets played, or the players immediately start on the backs of the dragons with full control. So to quickly recap. The intro cinematic sets the stage with a dynamic musical storytelling sequence, giving players the background of the world and why they're flying on freaking dragons. It's built with modular sequences, anime-inspired visuals, custom animated subtitles, and a seamless transition from cinematic to gameplay. Once it's over, the gameplay takes center stage. There are no cutscenes interrupting the action. The music keeps reacting dynamically to what's happening, but you stay fully in control. Only at the very end, when one team wins, there's a short victory cinematic as a reward. Here's a little sneaky peeky.
Set it all ablaze, let it burn for days. See the flames climb higher, set the sky on fire. Turn the dark to gold.
The island is live in Fortnite right now, so if you want to experience it for yourself, jump in and give it a try. I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know what you think. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. See ya.